Ladies and gentlemen, Andy is next to me, and Andy Anderson, right?
Andy Andy Morales.
Morales. I don't know why I put you Anderson, but Andy Morales is the guy who invited me for his body painting experience last week, and it was pretty awesome. And he had cool models and a wonderful friend with a birthday cake and a fun event. Tell my audience, who are you? What do you do and why?
My name is Anderson Morales. Everybody calls me Andy. I am a body painter, amateur. I just started last year doing body painting. I started with an organization called Human Connection Arts, and they do full body nude out in public. So they go to Times Square, Washington Square Parks, and they do all this. I decided to, as I was painting out in the streets with this organization, I saw reactions to people, negative, positive. Art is their art, and then there's people saying, oh, it's disturbing because it's full nude body, and people have their opinions. So I thought of the concept of bringing the public into the shoes of an artist, of creating art and actually getting to know someone new in an intimate, close environment, I would say. It was a good event, the last one, I believe, that we did. First, it was part of it was a birthday event. So one of the birthday person, she was a model in my first event, and she had a good time. So she was like, hey, I want to do this again. I want to bring some of my friends. And I was like, yeah, this is a good opportunity to, open the eyes to...
It's a different way of doing a birthday. People have birthday in a restaurant, in a club. This is a birthday that no one will forget.
Yes, everybody will remember this birthday. I even got comments. People are like, yes, this is like the first time I ever did this, and they had a good time. They will remember this birthday party event because it was special in its own way. They got to meet new people. They got to paint a human canvas, which is a model who volunteers their time to be part of art, to be part of a creation.
Why model volunteer their body, their time, why do people choose to be part of your production? They trust you, they're your friends, they love exhibitionists. Why are they doing this?
So at first, some of them they are nudists. Some models are nudists, some models are friends of mine, and you build a trust. So I've met them before. I spoke to them. I've painted like two of the models before previously out in the public. So they built a trust with me. When I paint somebody, I have conversation. I get to know them. It gets really personal when it comes down to painting another person.
Why people become nudists?
I really don't have an answer for that. I mean, I guess it's just a self-expression of freedom. Some people feel like these clothes are covering their true selves. It's that's my opinion. I don't know the answer.
What about the folks who came to paint? Why do you think they came to paint on the body rather than paint on a regular piece of paper?
So I believe that people that came to paint on bodies were curious about connecting with another being through art. Mm-hmm. I mean, now I'm not saying everybody was there intentionally for art, because we have our desires that we want to express or explore, but this is a way to try to control your desires and concentrate on making art with another person, with a human being. That's like my goal. Try to wash away those desires, those intimate ideas, and actually just express yourself through art.
Okay. If you're gonna do perhaps a next event, how do you envision this next one? Any different from this one? Any better, different?
Maybe I will. So I usually, first two events, I let the guests freestyle, go around and, paint here and there. but I feel like maybe I'm gonna control it a little bit more, where guests are limited to one model, and you work together and collaborate and make a true art piece. So I might just control on how many people go to one model, and that will be your art form to see how much it goes.
I see when you start in a particular person, you build first the foundation. You kind of lay out the canvas. You break down the different parts of body, like for different idea what you want to paint, and then you start filling details. How do you choose where to start, what to start? Like, what's the process? How do you do drawing on a paper first, and see that this is what we want to create? Because remember the girl with the green and red hair, when she came in, I think her and her boyfriend had a really cool idea what they want to create, right? And she basically paint herself very much, and him. So, and in less than 10-20 minutes, they should do a look, and all the photographers, everybody came to film, and they, if they left, or like me early, but they just build the full look. But they had exactly precise idea. They brought the knife, and they wanted a particular look. I don't think most of the people had idea what they're gonna paint.
Right. So my idea is expression art. So that couple that came in, they were going for the Halloween themed Joker look. And I mean, I don't judge, or not really, doesn't bother me, because art is in its own way the person's conception of what they look for. Mm-hmm. So they were looking for a concrete design, and that's perfectly fine. If a person wants to freestyle or like put a certain design or like a certain image on a person, as long as it's appropriate, I'm all for it. Go for it. I mean, it's all about respecting your creative mind and letting it go through paint.
Who decides what's appropriate, what's not? Like, is it, since your event, are you the final judge on it, or like you see how the audience react? What's the for some people certain things are not appropriate, and for you they are. Like, what's the appropriate?
Well, sometimes I get into conversations with people, and they're like, "Oh, can I draw a penis, or can I draw a vagina?" I tell them, "No, let's try to make it as non-sexual as it possibly can." I asked my guests to sign a consent form, and it says, please be appropriate with your art, because I don't want to make it like a joke. I actually want this to be something that you guys can show the world that you have a creative side that you can do. Even if you feel that you don't, everybody has a creative part of their mind that they can tap into. You could draw a triangle, that triangle add a square, that's a house. You can draw clouds by just drawing circles. It's all depending on the person's mind. Well, actually, curiosity. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. And just try to be as appropriate as can. That's all I ask.
Okay. When people take classes, they take classes in photography or painting, but if they take a class similar to yours under your supervision, and they learn how to do body painting, that could be quite a bit of career. If a person knows a little bit of how to paint, I know a lot of painters, and most of them are paintless, so don't have much, cannot produce income from their art. But I know quite a few body painters, and every one of them wants to get paid. So when I was trying to recruit them for my fashion show and events, all the body painters said, "I'm a professional. I'm pretty booked. Unless you pay me that much, I'm not coming in." It's not a question, of how much product and paint they will waste and spend. It's a question that they are pretty booked. And versus if I ask regular painters, people who paint on canvas, come and paint something, I can get hundreds of them any day, because there are so many, and they don't have ability to express and show their work. Do you think you can start maybe classes how to be a body painter?
Sure. I would be open to this. I believe that yes, that there is quite a few, a certain amount of body painters in this industry that are really great and professional, and they are booked. But I myself am more of an expression artist. So if I do start classes, it won't be like I'm gonna tell you to draw jellyfishes and Mona Lisa or anything, but I'm gonna guide you on the basics into body painting, and then hopefully you'll take it into another level where you could practice. I mean, if I do start classes or something like that, I will probably provide the models, the location to paint, and the brushes, so that you can just hear my voice and let me guide you through it. Because when I paint personally, I don't envision anything. I just go with just line work, and when I finish doing my line work, I can see like what colors I'm gonna add into it. So it's all depends on the person's creative side and what imagination they can bring to a human body if they have the opportunity to paint them.
We can do quite a few if you're willing to do free classes here, and we can film it at Breaker, and we get a free studio and free stuff as long as it's not commercial. It can be done here.
Okay, that sounds really great. I mean, I'm down for
guys. If you will reach out and comment, and you think that there is a need to this, and then I will get together. Maybe we'll produce one or a few of those. Andy, what's the way to reach out to you? Do you have like Instagram by any chance?
I do have an Instagram. I mean, it's a pretty complicated Instagram, but it'll pop up. It's skin_paint_meets_body. Once you write the first 3 words, it should just pop up right there and then. If you want to contact me directly, it's best is skin event New York City NYC @gmail.com. That's the best way to contact me directly. And I'm welcoming everybody that's curious about painting and getting into their artistic side.
Well, we met on the Craigslist. I don't know if I put up ad or you put up ad, but we spoke on Craigslist, and I kind of felt initially kind of skeptical, and then we spoke a couple of times on the phone, and we built some trust in that sense. So you trust me to bring me to your event, and I saw that you're very legit and proper guy, and here we're at Brick, and hopefully we'll have some more collaborations.
I appreciate that, man. That's great.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.